The stories of Black Americans are often hidden histories, many significant ones still coming to light. And thanks to an Alexandria historian, we are now for the first time learning about the life of Hannah Nokes. As Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Julie Carey reports, Nokes captured headlines at one of the most important trials in Virginia history, not because of her testimony, but because she was transgender.
Hannah Nokes was born in 1898.
Her father was a member of the Nokes family, and they're very well known in the Sterling community.
This is the only known photo of her. She began identifying as a woman, dressing as a woman well before her 30s. She worked as a domestic for several families, took in laundry, rented out rooms in her home to travelers. Historian Amy Birch says Hannah Nokes' name caught her eye as she read about a famous trial held inside Loudoun County's historic courthouse, the 1933 double murder trial of a black man, George Crawford. It was Crawford's all-black defense team that drew reporters from across the country, famed civil rights attorney Charles Houston leading the charge and challenging racial bias in the all-white juries of that time. Hannah Nokes was called to the stand as a prosecution witness because the accused killer had stayed at her boarding house before the murders. But what had captured Amy Birch's attention in the book was not a reference to her testimony at all, but instead how she was portrayed in the media.
It mentioned that there was one witness who appeared as a woman and caused kind of a commotion in the courtroom.
Birch dug deeper at Leesburg's Thomas Balch Library, the Library of Congress. She found story after story, headline after headline, focused on Hannah, many derogatory. Some examples: she was called a red-wigged boy-girl, a girlfriend fairy, a man masquerading as a woman. But a telling moment came when Hannah's nephew was on the witness stand and Houston's team questioned him, challenging Hannah's gender identity.
He asked the nephew whether Nokes was his aunt or his uncle, and this young man said aunt. And Charles Houston asked the question again, and this young man confirmed, yes, it was his aunt.
A clear sign, says Birch, that in her community, Hannah Nokes was accepted as she was. In fact, not long after the trial, she was featured and pictured in a Rural Electrification Administration magazine because she'd just been connected to electricity, a big boost to her laundry business.
And she's presented as absolutely as a woman, completely female, no question about pronouns or her gender identity. So her visibility at that time as a transgender woman is remarkable.
Hannah Nokes' story, written by Birch, now part of a book titled Queer Virginia. And Birch sees a message in Hannah's story that resonates today.
I hope that that's something that shows folks today that this is not a new thing, that people can be accepted for who they are.
Birch says Hannah's relatives had a final worry when she died. How would she be clothed in the casket? She says they were relieved to learn that she was buried in a beautiful blue dress. In Loudoun County, I'm Julie Carey, News 4.